Hello, Black man. This guided journal is being made available to build character, confidence, and define the inner person.
It has been deemed clear that our culture and our past has hindered Black men from being open and vulnerable. Hello, Black man.
Hello, Black man. Hello, Black man. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Jamie Jenkins back with another episode of the Hello, Black Man podcast. How have you all been? I know today is Tuesday, getting into the week. Hope everything is going well. We've had our little pre-Easter snap 2 weeks ago here in Mississippi. What do? Put our big coats up, got our shorts out, sandals out. It was 70, 75 degrees, 80, almost 80 plus 82 degrees one day. And we were basically into summer. So we thought. And I'm telling you, 2 nights ago, the temperature got down at freezing. So old man winter come blowing. And so it's the temperature getting a little bit better the last couple of days, but that snap came in something vicious. We wasn't ready for it. I'm gonna tell you, we was out here complaining about the pollen. He said, "Oh, okay, I got something for you. You won't have to complain about that next week. That temperature drop, boom, like that." And so back to hoodies, from t-shirts to hoodies, and so that's how it's been. Today, I had an opportunity to get out and about. I had lunch with my little cousin, Crystal and Tanner. Hadn't been around her in probably a couple years. But she was working in Brookhaven, now she's working in Jackson. So I got an opportunity to go and eat some Taste of Caribbean from Capitol Street. If you want some great jerk chicken, oxtails, that's where I go. I enjoy it. Lively talk. So from there, went to Hazelhurst today, and basically pitched some display ideas to a couple businesses in Hazelhurst for Hello Black Man. And so later today or tomorrow, I'll be revealing a couple places where you'll be able to go and get your journals, get your merch right there in Hazelhurst, right on the spot. So trying to make it easy, a non-event. But other than that, hey, we are pushing women's empowerment this month with Women's History Month. And it's bringing on some young ladies that are doing some amazing and awesome things. Community, family, business, entrepreneurs. They bring everything to the table. And literally everything that I'm naming, this young lady has it in her bag. She's literally pushing the platform on so many levels. And just want to be able to highlight and spotlight some people that we see and find interesting, and they see and find us interesting as well. It's always great to have like-minded people in your corner. So we're gonna, without further ado, bring Miss Samanda Marshall-Sawyer on the podcast. Hey, how are you?
Hi, Jamie. Doing pretty good. How are you doing?
All right. Thanks for being on. Thanks for being a guest for the Hello Black Man podcast. How did you hear about us?
Well, I heard about you through Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really sure what Hello Black Man was. I knew that it had to be something positive, but I found out just kind of following your page. And of course, with Khalees, she shares a lot of things on her page. So it made me a little bit more curious to find out what you all had going on, because as I said, I felt like it was something positive that I wanted to learn more about.
Awesome, man. We're glad to have you. Great to have you on board. And if you would, introduce yourself, tell the people who you are, and let's tell them what you do.
Awesome. Well, first, I want to thank you for allowing me to be on your business strategist for my company, Motivus Small Business Only. And so I enjoy in my business, I enjoy helping in business advisory services where I've helped different clients with developing their business plans as small business owners. I've also helped with marketing strategy where I help them to get more exposure in their business, and also in training and outsourcing solutions where I go and help small business owners to not only get trained as individuals, but I help with team trainings as well as some other things like business concierge services, which is one of my newest services that I provide, helping small businesses focus more on money generating activity versus just to do everything on their own.
Right. You have a laundry list of things you're accomplishing and doing well. So that is absolutely awesome. A lot of the things that you listed off, people don't even know that they need. And I know you have been a breath of fresh air to some businesses because when you deal with like when you deal with other businesses, what you learn and grow through and know and the walls you knock down, that's you taking your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to that next business and continuing to grow within your bag. And so, like, okay, I see your problem. I already have answers. So, how has that been? I guess just introducing how much value. I mean, because what you're doing is it's really priceless to be able to teach someone something and they will have it, for the remainder of their business's career.
Absolutely. Well, for me first, in order for me to be able to even convey that to another business owner, I had to understand my value. I understood starting out in business, this will be 9 years for me coming up in June. And when I first started out, I didn't really know the ins and outs. Yes, I did have a few mentors that helped me, but when it was time for me to go out and really fly on my own as an entrepreneur, I felt lost. I felt like there were, resources that I didn't have available to me. There were just some things I didn't know. And so I was kind of like out there just wandering around, really still trying to find my way as an entrepreneur. But in doing that, some of the things that I learned, I was able to train and help other business owners to not have to go through some of the things I had to go through.
That's it.
And help them. And so it's that, some of it I've done it pro bono, but as I learned my value and as I started increasing my skill set and my professional development, of course I had to, I had to put a fee to
it. Hey, hello. hey, it costs to be the boss. Right.
Oh yeah, it does. In order to grow, you have to know your value.
Right. Information is out there, right? People say, well, the information out there, why do you charge people for? Because all the information is out there.
Absolutely. And one thing I learned, people pay for what they don't want to do. And that's so, true. People laugh at me when I say that.
Convenience.
Right. So I get paid to do what other people don't want to do. And I'm okay with that.
I like it. Yeah. Having someone to come in, fine tune, or to be able to say, hey, this is not working for you. This is obvious. Some people just need someone to assure them, say, hey, this part of your business is no good. Cut your losses there. And like you talked about, sometimes it's not the progress that a business needs to make. Sometimes it's knowing how to pivot or knowing, say, hey, what's not working, we don't have to continue doing this. We don't have to make it work. So that avoiding mistakes or knowing what mistakes are coming, like what you're providing is literally an invaluable service.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So listen, I'm going to ask you one question out of the Hello Black Woman Journal, and then I'm going to ask you some questions about your business.
Sure.
All right. So give me one number between 1 and 52.
Okay, I would say 16.
16. Why did you choose the number 16?
Because my birthday is on June 16th, and also that's Tupac's birthday.
So I don't know. I definitely didn't know Tupac's birthday. Tupac is in my era. I definitely didn't know his birthday. So, I guess once you figured out his birthday, it just it never left.
We share a birthday. I think that is so cool.
I got you. I'm a Tupac fan. I mean,
Yeah,
it's kind
me
of
too.
hard not to be, but I'm a
Right.
Tupac fan. I got you.
I love music, so.
Okay, good deal. All right. It's a. I'm going to say it's a tough question, but I will literally say every question in here is tough if you want to be transparent and open.
Okay.
So the question reads: Hello, Black woman. Describe in detail the hardest decision you ever had to make.
Okay. So the hardest decision I would say that I ever had to make was deciding to pull away from my career that I knew afforded me a lot of money to settle down to be a wife and a mother. And the reason why I say that was a decision I had to make is because I knew traveling on the road the way I was prior to getting married and shortly after becoming a mom, I really wouldn't be able to be fully present like I am now for my husband and my daughter because life has happened and they need me. And I have needed them in my life. And as I said, if I was still doing that, I don't think I would be the wife that I am today. I don't think that I would be the mother that I am today. It was a choice. It was a decision that I had to trust God with. And he has shown me, that he's been faithful to me in providing and allowing me to grow my business because it wasn't so much just about my husband and my daughter, but it was an opportunity to help me to step out of my comfort zone, which is what my book talks a little bit about, stepping out of my comfort zone to really dig deeper into some of the things that God had placed in me to do in my life, besides working for somebody else.
I find it so inspirational. I'm an old dog, right? I'm an old dog. I'm a 9-to-5 driven. I'm a company man. I worked 18 years at one job. I'm at my literally my second career now, and it is literally people don't understand how terrifying it can be to someone that has a lot of stability and solid income coming in, and you say, hey, my next step is to walk away from this. So let's tell me about that process. I mean, did you and your husband say, hey, let's sit down, this is the next step, or this is where I am? Was it a concern of his, a concern of yours, a concern of both of you all at the same time? How did that go?
Well, actually, it wasn't all voluntarily because I noticed well, let me just go back just a little bit.
Okay.
One thing I don't mind sharing to be transparent is most people that know me know I suffer from migraines. Okay. And so I found myself, consulting. I was working from home, which was a benefit for me, but I found myself having a hard time really being productive the way that I needed to be for the healthcare clients because I struggle with migraines. Okay. And people that suffer from migraines know that someday you just don't know, what you're gonna have to deal with from day to day, to the point where there were days where I just couldn't sit here in front of this computer or in these screens and, be productive. And it just started being, a hassle for me and all that micromanaging and all that stuff. Because I know when I produce. And so that kind of helped me a lot. It was kind of like they were making me make a decision anyway. And with some of the clients, they were kind of trying to push me out. And like I said, I'm being very transparent, trying to push me out because they want what they want. But you know what? My health and my body is important to me. And so my husband told me, he was like, hey, he's an alpha male, so he believes in doing what he needs to do and providing and stuff. And he was like, hey, God's going to take care of us. Your health is important. At the time, my daughter, she was much younger than she is now, and they need me. And I wanted to be fully present for myself because I couldn't be any good to anybody else if I wasn't good to me. So it just made it a whole lot easier for me to say, hey, you know what? Let me focus more on my business. Yes. Even since then, I have taken on some positions and things like that. And now I'm back to full-time entrepreneurship. But it was just, as they say, as life happens and as I've had to pivot and transition, even with the COVID situations and all of that, just us being on one accord with each other and knowing what our current needs are. at a
Man, that's
specific
huge.
time.
That's huge. That's a beautiful story, beautiful outline. Having someone in your corner to to okay certain, I don't want to say to okay,
Support.
but to back, you know what I'm saying? Not to okay, but to give you that confirmation. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
we got this. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I know the next step for you is maybe XYZ, but we're good. Like we
Mm-hmm.
are good. So I think that's absolutely phenomenal there.
Yeah, and the fact that
Um,
he believes in me,
yes. Listen, for someone to believe in you
Yes.
takes you to a new level of energy, of
Mm-hmm.
impact, of your goals can be bigger when
Mm-hmm.
someone believes in you. People don't,
That's right.
I think people take it for granted, right?
That's right.
Um, when you, and it starts with one. It starts with
Mm-hmm.
one person really believing,
Mm-hmm.
like, yes, I believe you can do it. Yes,
That's
it's
right.
possible. So that I mean, this makes me happy just to hear that.
Thank you.
Your tagline in your name. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
Samanda Marshall-Sawyer, the EntrePRAYneur. So tell me about that.
So the entrepreneur came from the fact that, of course, I consider myself to be a business owner and a successful business owner as far as
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned. But none of the success that I have encountered or I've already experienced came from anything that I feel like I've done on my own.
Mm-hmm.
It took a lot of prayer, took a lot of tears, it took a lot of sacrifices in order for me to even get where I am now. And I still haven't arrived. And so, when I decided to invest in this brand, this name, it came from that, just me understanding what my source of fulfillment, what my source of stability comes from, and it's having a prayer life.
Mm-hmm.
Not just being a business owner that says, "Hey, I'm going to get up every day, I'm going to hustle, I'm going to, do all of these things and make sure that I'm set for life." I feel like anything that I do in my business, I can't do it without the direction of God. God leading me on what I need to do, who I need to work with. What path do I need to take with this? What do I need to invest in to help my business to grow? And that's what has helped me. That has what has sustained me
Mm-hmm.
throughout this entrepreneurship journey. And so I was like, hey, what better name to have than the entrepreneur? And that's what I stand on. That's what I
Listen,
believe.
I'm big on names, right? Like I'm a big person as far as like nicknames, as far as helping people name things, stuff like that, or groups and stuff like that. Like it's always kind of been my thing. And so like I'm not an expert. I don't know if you can be an expert in naming things, but when you hear something and it just has that next level uh that next level transcendent type name, like
Mm-hmm.
you just know, right? You like now that's gonna go. Like so when I saw the entrepreneur, I was like, oh, that's fire. Yeah, that's fire right there. It's just fire. It's just, I
Thank
mean,
you.
the ability and how much it can cover is
Mm-hmm.
absolutely golden. So like what you're doing, and you have something, like when people's like a little confirmation, like the old folks said, you got
I
something.
got some.
You got
And you
something.
know what?
Yeah.
That's why with the first opportunity that I had to invest and to go and get that name registered with the
Mm-hmm.
United States Patent and Trademark Office, I did
Mm-hmm.
it because guess what? I wasn't the only person that thought of that idea. I was just the first one that was willing to make the investment to go
Gotta
and get
invest.
that name. And
That's
it's
right.
mine. I own it.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about your background. Where are you from originally, and where are you now?
Okay. Well, I am from Jackson, Mississippi. I am a proud graduate of Bailey Magnet High School, home of the
Okay, Bailey
Knights.
Magnet.
People be sleeping on Bailey, but hey, I
Okay.
love my school. I always will love my school. But yeah, I was born and raised in Jackson. I lived in Jackson up until 2002, and then I moved to Opelika, Alabama,
Okay.
and I stayed there for 3 years. The job, and then I left Atlanta, the Atlanta area, stayed there for about and moved on to this. Mississippi since 2012. I came back in 2012 and I've been here.
Okay.
And that's when shortly after I started my business.
I love it. I love it. College.
Oh, colleges. I did go to Hines Community College. That was my JUCO, and then I went to go Hines. And then for undergrad, I went to University of Phoenix, where I got my bachelor's degree in business administration. And then for master's, I got my MBA at Strayer University.
Nice. Listen, it's so crazy because I remember, and I'm gonna age myself right now. I remember when online school was like, you didn't even take it serious. Like, what are they talking about? Like online. Like, I remember that. Like, I remember when those schools were came out, like, what are they talking about? Like, come on now, really? And now it's just as normal or more normal than actually having to go to a campus and sit down in front of people. So I commend you for pushing through, getting those degrees, old folks are getting your paperwork in order. So that is absolutely great there.
Thank you. Well, I will share this, and I hope, whoever's out there listening will take this in. I was at a time where I was working, traveling nationwide, working 12-hour days a lot, for these different healthcare clients. And I desired to do something different. When I realized I wanted to do something different, that's why I found out about the online, colleges, and I was able to tap in and still, get my schoolwork done. That's what really helped me to get into, the business part of what I do now, because they gave me the opportunity to still make money in a profession, that I thought I wanted to do until retirement. So I'm pretty grateful for online schooling. It's expensive, but
made it happen. All right, give me your second number, 1 to 52.
My second number, I will say, is 12.
12. Why 12?
Because my daughter, that is the day she was born, July 12th.
July 12th. July, baby. Okay. Another question about family.
Okay.
It says, hello, Black woman. Describe your current relationship with your family. Describe the person you trust most.
Okay. My current relationship with my family, I believe, is wonderful. I couldn't ask for a better relationship with my family. If we're speaking more specifically with my immediate family here in my household, my husband and my daughter, I love the relationship that we have. Ever since Chris and I were, as he would say, courting, we established having open communication, meaning we could talk about anything, even if it was the hard conversations, even in marital counseling. We talked about the hard things. So once we got married, it's not hard for us to communicate. We literally talk about everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. And it has helped us to grow as a husband and wife. Even now, having our 6-year-old here with us, I believe she's as bubbly as she is because she's in a home where she feels that she can communicate. Yep. She can be herself, and we express ourselves if we want to cry. My husband, as I said before, he's an alpha male, but he does not have any problem with shedding a tear if he wants to shed a tear. If I want to come to him and I'm having a bad day, I can be myself. I can be Samanda. To him, he considers me to be sunshine. He calls me sunshine.
Oh, I
can be sunshine. I can be Mrs. Sawyer. Whoever I need to be, I can be who I am and not feel like I'm being judged. And yes, I do trust him. I trust him with everything in me. If I didn't trust him, I wouldn't be with him. So I love the relationship that we have.
That is awesome. So let me ask you this. What is next? So like a lot of times you feel like the type of person that you have immediate goals for tomorrow and goals for 2043. Like, hey, I'm also working on this. I'm also keeping this in mind. Just give me what's next for you. What do you have in mind to continue to grow? Like, what is your next step?
Okay. So my next step, the first thing that comes to mind is my next book. My first book will be launching this Thursday on the 23rd, Getting in Alignment, 7 Strategies to Step Out of Your Comfort Zone into Your Purpose. And I feel like I'm doing that now. I'm finally in that place where I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to not only get in alignment, but stay in alignment, because I do. I have things to do. I have places to go. I have people to help. So my next step, I believe, is focusing on my next book. I do plan to have more engagements where I'm able to speak and I'm able to host events, because I want to help other entrepreneurs, not just women, because I've had men clients as well, but I want to be able to help those who really want to move forward, who really have gifts and talents that are laying dormant, and they're ready to see them, come to life and be successful in it the way that God has purpose and plan for them. And so that's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do.
So listen, I'm gonna ask you this, and this is just the vibe that I'm getting from you. You seem like a person that pushes people well. You seem like a type of person that energizes people abundantly. So people that are empty are seeking your space. They're seeking your attention. They're seeking your wisdom, knowledge, understanding, your conversation. And I know I can, transparently say I understand that you're a true giver, right? You're giving, you're going, you're giving, you're going, you're giving, you're going. How do you re-energize?
How do I re-energize? That has been an area that I have struggled in. I still feel like I'm struggling in that area, but I will say this. I thank God for my support system. I thank God for my husband, who is my prayer partner. I thank God for my friends. I do consider myself to have true friends that pray with me, that pray for me. I can go to them and say, hey, I have this going on. Or sometimes when I don't say anything, they come to me and they're like, hey, how's it going? What are you working on? Or what do you need help with? Or, just to listen. Yeah. And also I can't not, mention my mom. She's the person who even taught me about the foundation of prayer. And so she is a person that listens when I need to just kind of just pour my heart out. And then, of course, just having a strong church family that when I go to church and I'm around them and fellowshipping with them on Sundays, I feel revived, and I feel like just from getting those hugs and those smiles and stuff, I can make it on to the next thing that I'm working on. So I can't say that it's just anything that I do for myself. It's just God placing the right people in my life and in my path to help me.
That's big. Having the right people around you. People don't understand how valuable your circle is
community
to you. Yes. Right. People just think that, circumstances provide opportunity, right? If you're in a certain circumstances, those opportunities. But when you're around the right people, I made a post the other day that says that how to identify your friends. One, they're going to speak up in your absence. Two, they're going to speak your name in rooms that you're not in. So if they're in the room and they know you should be there, hey, I want you to meet somebody.
Yes.
And I am continuing to surround myself with people that can, hey, have my defense if I'm not there, or to put me in a place that I'm not in. Say, hey, I got a buddy of mine out in California. He's went to some wine tasting events and stuff like that, and he is like, hey, listen, I talked to so-and-so about you. Hey, I'm going to connect you with so-and-so. I got this email. I got this name. And like, it feels so good. People don't understand how good it feels. Like, especially when you get into an entrepreneur realm, people like, it's just me against the world. Just me, just me. But when you have people supporting you and communicating with you, it makes you wake up an hour earlier, stay up an hour later, and say, okay, I'm grinding for everybody now.
That's true. And I totally believe that, because it just helps me to know, especially those times when I just feel like the weight of the world is on me and I may not feel like I'm really giving value like I want to, or things are not going the way that I want. I remember that, hey, there's somebody out there that's depending on me. There's somebody out there that needs what I offer. And if I could just get in front of those people that need what I offer, and then I show up and give them what they need, then hey, it's a win-win for both of us. And so that's something that I am learning. Don't despise small beginnings. I learned that early in my business. Do not despise small beginnings.
I'll tell you, we're gonna close out the show. Give the ladies and gentlemen, I know they'll be listening, but give the ladies a few words of encouragement on just continuing their path and growth. Just a shout out from who you are and what you do.
Okay, absolutely. First and foremost, I would like to tell you that it is so important to have prayer as a tool for your business. In order to know what you need to be doing, how you need to be doing it, who you need to be doing it with, it is so important to incorporate prayer in everything that you do. Also, surround yourself with people who don't mind pushing you out of your comfort zone, people who don't mind telling you right from wrong, people that you don't mind holding you accountable. Accountability is a key to success in my eyes. Having somebody to say, hey, can I hold you accountable to get this done? If you say that you want to be making $10,000 by next year, then go find that person who's already done what you're trying to do and let them hold you accountable to help you get there. Otherwise, you're going to be in the same boat that you're in and you're not going to be moving. You're just going to be stuck and you're going to be mad and frustrated. And then last, I would like to tell you, this is my quote and I love it. It was instilled in me by my mother and also from Proverbs 3:5-7. In everything you do, you put God first and he will crown your efforts with success. That's what I believe. That is what I stand on. And I hope and pray that you all are successful in it, whatever it is that you set out to do.
Samanda, those are some huge, accurate, and very articulate words of encouragement. We thank you for those. If you would, go ahead and verbally let us know how to keep in contact with you, how to keep in contact for your books you got coming out, and we thank you. How do we get in contact with you? How do we follow your movement?
Okay, so on social media, I am on Instagram as the EntrePRAYneur. Make sure it's PRAY instead of PRE. Also on Facebook, you can go to my page at the EntrePRAYneur, or you can just look for Samanda Marshall-Sawyer the EntrePRAYneur. And also on LinkedIn, and I am on Twitter as well as the EntrePRAYneur. I would also encourage you to go to my website at www.theentrepreneur.org. Also, you will see, if you can see this is my book that I will be releasing on this Thursday, March 23rd, Getting in Alignment, 7 Strategies to Step Out of Your Comfort Zone into Your Purpose. Get a copy of this book. I made sure that it is not something that will take you forever to read because I know how I am. I want to get straight to the point. I want you to be able to implement what you learn right away. So I truly believe that if you get this book and if you are willing to implement what you learn in this book, you will see better results in your life and in your business.
Samanda, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on the show tonight. I really appreciate your time. I am supporting your effort. When you drop that book, make sure you inbox us your link or how we can help support you and put it out there. The EntrePRAYneur, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Denise Logan says, awesome conversation, very inspiring. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of the podcast, and we'll be in touch when we close out. Go ahead and put your links electronically in the comments below. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good night.
All right. Have a great night.
Bye-bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. A very awesome conversation. Very inspiring. Young lady, positive intent usually brings positive actions. And that's what we're seeing. So this being able to converse with a person that is on their grind, on their hustle, doing positive things. That's what we're about here at Hello Black Man. So what we're doing is just trying to connect with people, trying to figure out how we can be better together. Like that's what we're about. And that's all I have. So this show has been phenomenal, been great. Samanda's going to drop her information in the comments below and be able to come back and click on that link, and you'll be able to follow her and follow her movement. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Jamie Jenkins. Miss you, and talk to y'all later. Hello, Black Man.